All right, so the article begins by telling us a large group of partygoers, a large group who's going to join the party arrives. It says the Native Americans arrive. That's right. These are important members of this Thanksgiving Day celebration. Without them, there would be no celebration. The Native Americans used to be called the Indians, the American Indians, the people who lived in North America for thousands of years before people arrived from Europe. Yes, now the proper term is Native Americans. In Canada, we call them First Nations people.
The First Nations people.
The First Nations people. Here in Taiwan, they would be known as Aborigines. Of course, they come from many different tribes and have all their own unique cultures. But as a group, to talk about the people who were there a long time ago, you can often use Native, in this case, Native American. So the Native Americans arrived.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like the guests are here and now people can start eating.
Right. So they're not here to, because I think a lot of times we look at Native Americans and we think, oh, they're, vicious warriors, they're here to fight. But no, actually they're here to kind of join them for this party. They're here on peaceful terms.
That's right. It's not a cowboy movie.
No. And the pilgrim says, "Welcome, friends. Please join us." So it's a very peaceful, happy gathering.
Good. Well, if you're eating dinner with people, it's good to be peaceful and not fight over the turkey. Anyways, Roxy's looking around. She's kind of taking in this whole scene, especially looking at the table that's just groaning and almost breaking under the weight of all this food. And she says they have lots of delicious food. Oh yeah. They have corn and cranberries and turkeys.
Oh yeah.
Those are some things that you'll still find on Thanksgiving Day tables even today. Remember, this is 1621.
Wow, so this tradition has been going on for many, many years now. Wow.
And the food hasn't changed too much, so that's good.
Right.
You'll find a few other things on the tables these days.
Potatoes.
Mashed potatoes will be there. I wonder if they had stuffing inside the turkey. That's another popular one. Gravy, lots of different pies. But anyway, so it's all about this delicious food, and a lot of the history of the delicious food goes back to the time of the pilgrims. So Shaya is talking to one of the pilgrims, looking at all the food, looking at all the happy, smiling faces, and Shaya asks, they helped you a lot, right? So the Native Americans helped you a lot. I mean, you didn't put all of this big dinner together by yourself.
Yeah, like according to history, it was very difficult for the Europeans, of course, to move from Europe and all the way to this new world. They had no idea what was on the land or what was there. So the Native Americans were very, very nice, and they helped them. They showed them how to grow corn, I believe, right?
Oh, that's a very important thing. You can eat it a lot and stay alive, basically. Yeah,
actually the pilgrim tells us more about how the Native Americans helped them. They said, the pilgrim said, that's right. Our first winter here was very hard. They helped us grow crops. Right, moving to a new place is never easy. And especially, for people in 1621, it's even more difficult. So luckily the Native Americans were there to help them, show them how to grow crops. Okay, let's first take a look at our word power word, grow. It's spelled G-R-O-W, grow.
All right, here to grow is what farmers do. Well, of course, growing is getting bigger over time as plants will grow, as babies will grow into people. But we can also talk about a person growing something. Now, you wouldn't say a mom grows a baby, not really like that. But you would say a farmer grows food on the farm. You would say a gardener grows plants and flowers in their garden. So that's the kind of thing we're talking about. Generally, it's a person taking care of a flower or a plant. We wouldn't also use it for pigs. A farmer doesn't grow pigs, it raises pigs. But if we're talking about something green and leafy that comes out of the dirt that you give water and sun to, you are growing that plant or vegetable or flower or tree or something like that. For example, my neighbor grows tomatoes in her garden. My neighbor grows tomatoes in her garden. And farmers grow things, but often we talk about the things that they grow as being a crop.
Right. A crop is basically the things a farmer grows, and they're usually, like Mike explained, plants or, vegetables. So we people can eat them. So for example, corn, apples, lettuce, all of these things are considered as crops. Okay. All right. So Roxy is still very interested about the Pilgrims, the relationship between the Pilgrims and the Native Americans. So she asks the Pilgrim, what did they teach you?
Oh, okay, because they mentioned that the Native Americans really helped them to grow their crops successfully. And the Pilgrim says, well, we can put fish in the ground with the plants. This helps them grow. Very interesting.
Cool.
So yes, that's one of the things that they learned from the Native Americans. I guess they didn't do this back in Europe where the Pilgrims came from, but they actually learned that they can put fish in the ground. So you get the fish out of the water, and of course then put them in the ground with the plants. Now this won't give you corn that tastes like fish, but it will help the corn or other things, your other crops, it will help them to grow. Fascinating.
I didn't know that as well.
Absolutely. So go out, find yourself a fish, stick it in the ground, and see what happens.
See how good your tomatoes taste.
All right, ground is where you're growing things, and it's spelled G-R-O-U-N-D. G-R-O-U-N-D, ground.
Ground here is a noun, and it means the soil that is on or under the surface of the earth. So basically, every time when you walk outside, you see the dirt, you see the flat land, that is called the ground. For example, we can use it in a sentence like this. The ground is still wet from the rain. The ground is still wet from the rain. So here we also see another word power word. So they taught them how to grow things. They taught them a method of growing things too.
Right, absolutely. And here we're going to have the word grow again, G-R-O-W. The way you spell it hasn't changed since 2 minutes ago, but it has a different meaning. G-R-O-W, grow. Yeah, let's look at meaning number 2 right now.
Now, grow has another definition as well. This one is also used as a verb, and it means that if a plant grows, that means they develop in a natural way. So, for example, if you have a seed will grow into a flower. People can grow bigger as well. So, babies can grow bigger if you give it food, if you take care of it, if you give it water. We also grow into adults as well. Let's take a look at how it is used in an example sentence. It says, plants need sun and water to grow. Plants need sun and water to grow.
Interesting. So fish help plants grow. Well, I guess it makes sense because if you go in the ocean, you see lots of plants and fish, and the fish are growing. And so maybe take the fish. I don't understand that. There must be something. There must be something in the fish's body.
Or maybe it could be like the bones or something.
Yeah, something like that. It gives, nutrition. It's like food for the plants.
Because I know that you can use eggshells to put in your soil, to put in your dirt.
There you go. Look at you, Native American pilgrim farmer person. That's fantastic. So yeah, it must be something like that. Anyway, so Shia here now knows that the pilgrims got a lot of help from the Native Americans, but of course if you're explaining how to farm to people, you probably need to be able to talk to people to get the information. So Shia has a very good question for their new pilgrim friend, and Shia asks, how did you talk with them?
That's right.
They didn't have Google Translate.
No.
You can draw pictures, but that takes a long time. And honestly, if someone drew me a picture saying, put a fish in the ground to help your tree grow,
be like, what?
I'd be like, your drawing is crazy. I can't understand that.
What does it mean anyway?
So yeah, how did they speak to each other?
And remember, the pilgrims don't speak English. They speak, of course, their native language. Okay, but the pilgrim said Squanto helped us. Now, Squanto is just the name of a Native American. Just like Pocahontas is the name of a Native American.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so Squanto was one of their Native American friends. And how come Squanto can help them? Well, the pilgrim continues and explains he is from the New World, but he lived in England before.
Whoa,
Oh,
international
interesting.
traveler here.
That's right, international translator too. So he is a Native American. He's from the New World because this place wasn't commonly called America at that time, but he's from there. He's from where the Native Americans are from, but he lived in England before. I guess he met some traders or something, or maybe was kidnapped, or who knows what happened. He ended up in England, he learned some English, and then luckily he came back. So he was like their friendly local translator guy. Wow, how lucky were they?
Very lucky.
That's why they made it through the summer and the winter too.
That's right. All right, so let's take a quick break and let's take a look at our magic box.